Since Natasha Denona is going to be coming stateside fairly soon, I thought I would go ahead and review the products that I have from her line currently, which I actually purchased these months ago. I would almost say a year ago or so, and I just threw away all the packaging for it because I was cleaning up my room here. Then I found out her line was going to be carried by Beautylish fairly soon, which got me pretty excited because there was some more products from her line that I wanted to try in addition to the ones that I already have, because there's some products that I like and some that I'm a little iffy about, where I feel like I need to try more from the brand to really get an overall feel for it. And I believe she is a European makeup artist who is based out of Tel Aviv now. Like when I ordered my stuff, it took about 2 weeks to get here, and they shipped straight from Tel Aviv. I've got all the products that I'm going to show you on my face right now, which I did do a demo with towards the end of the video if you're interested in that. And I'll go ahead and start off with the blush. This is what the packaging on the blush looks like. I would say that it's nice packaging, but it's not real super luxurious feeling. And this is the shade number 18, Renee's Pastel Pink, and number 19, Pink, which I'm assuming this is Renee's Pastel and this is the pink right here. And one of these, this shade has got shimmer in it, and then this one is a flat matte, and I've got the matte one on my cheeks today. Now the thing that bothered me about this, it wasn't the formula. They're nicely pigmented, they go on nice and they blend really nice, but they have a smell to them. It's almost like a really strong I don't know, frankincense, myrrh type of essential oil smell to it, and I don't care for it in my makeup products. Now, I'm happy to say that this doesn't linger on the cheeks, and I've had this for quite a while, and I can tell that the smell has dimmed down a bit since I had gotten it, but it is still there. So let me go ahead and give you some swatches of this. These can be a little powdery, but they do blend quite nice. One of them is a more cool pink, and then one of them has a little bit more warmth to it. So those are the shades that I purchased. I should also mention that each blush is 0.25 ounces a piece, which is a pretty good size blush for each one. So you're getting like 0.5 ounces of product, which is quite a bit. This next product is the All Over Glow Face plus Body Shimmer Powder, and this one has got 10 grams of product, or 0.35 ounces a piece, which is a pretty large amount, and this is what the compact looks like. Again, it's that same type of packaging, and it doesn't feel super luxurious, but it doesn't feel super cheap either. I'm just kind of in the middle as far as the packaging goes. Now this for me, I've got the shade 01 Light, and it's a champagne highlighter. It's borderline for me, like I can wear it, but I do wish it was a little bit brighter on my fair skin. But I think light, medium skin tones, this would work really nice. I know there are two other shades in the, I think, one or two other shades in the highlight range. And this is more like a traditional powder highlighter, and not like one of those gelée type. So you can see if, like on my skin tone, if I turn it like that, it deepens up a little bit on me. But it's a really pretty highlight. It's not as shiny as something like your Makeup Forever duos or the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighters. I've been loving Starlight in this. It's a nice highlight on top of my cheeks. I do like it, but I've really been enjoying the gelée texture, and the Anastasia one just really pops on my cheeks. I thought I put on quite a bit of this. I should put on some more, because I feel like it you can't see it quite as well as like the Anastasia one. And I'm happy to report this one doesn't really smell of anything other than like a makeup powder, so it doesn't have that fragrant smell that the blush does. This next product is the Natasha Denona Contouring Sculpting Powder. I have got the shade 02 Medium. Same type of packaging as the other stuff. I will say I appreciate the difference in packaging for each product. Like, they're not all the same. The blush has got the pink on there, the highlighter is a little bit lighter, and then the bronzer is kind of a bronzy color, so I do like that in reference to the packaging. So I picked up the shade 02 Medium, and the reason why I went for this one is because based on the website, this one looked to have a little bit more cool or redness to it than the shade number 1, and I used this to warm up my face today. With this product, you do have to use a lighter hand. When I first got it, I had a tendency to get muddy on my skin tone, so today I used a fluffy brush and really blended it out, but I just have to be careful not to get too heavy-handed with it on my skin coloring, otherwise it will get a little muddy. Like, I would be even hesitant to use this as a contouring on my skin in the, you know, a little bit heavier in the backs, because I think it would pull more muddy. I like something with a little bit more of a gray undertone to it anyway, but I've been using it lightly as a bronzer. and really buffed into the skin. So this is 02 medium. Right there. Should pick up a little more. That's really not showing up very well. Swatching this on my hand is not showing up very well. It is more a traditional powder product, again, not the gelée bake type product, but that's what it looks like inside of here. I do feel like her powders like could be a little bit more finely milled. And the bronzer has got a faint, similar smell to the blush, but it's not as strong as the blush. Like, I can smell it ever so slightly. And then the last product I have to show you is one of her eyeshadow palettes, and I have got the one, it's called Eyeshadow Palette 5. It says, but then it says underneath it palette number 2. Now I will say the packaging on this one does feel more on the cheap side as compared to the other products in her range. And then there was a slot like right here, but nothing came in it. It's like, it looks like a slot for brushes or something, but I usually keep those in the palettes and it's not in here, so I don't believe this came with one. And then I had thought, since there was a little hole like right there, I had thought that these were removable, and I'd stuck a tack in there trying to get them out and they don't come out, which that would have been super handy if they popped right out, but they don't. And then mine came like that. Like there's just a chunk missing out of this shade. The only color that's matte in here is this one. Everything else is pretty shiny, which I've kind of noticed glancing at all of her 5-pan quints, that there's a lot of shimmer in them. And I know she's kind of known for her glow factor, and I do feel like these are really glowy eyeshadows, but I think for some people the shimmer and the glow might be a little bit too much. Again, this is the only matte. This is shade 51M Rosewood, 40M Lavender Gray, 64V Shell, 87M Light Coral, and 22M Maroon. And I'm reading them off because I believe you can buy these separately off her website. I'm not sure how Beautylish is going to have it for sale because it's not up yet on the site, but on her site I'm pretty sure you can buy them individually. On my eyes today, I got this one on the inner portion of my lid, this one on the mostly the center of the lid, and then I've got the maroon shade through the outer V and through the crease, and then I blended out with this matte shade Shell and put the light coral underneath the brow. One thing that I can say about these shadows is that they blend really well. They're nicely pigmented and they blend really well on the eyes. The look came out really pretty, albeit being you know, quite shimmery. I do like the way it looks. I've worn this palette quite a few times. The one thing that I can say is it's messy. Depending on the shade, some of them can be really flaky and really, really messy, and I've gotten fallout with them. Like this one right here, just poof, product everywhere when I put my brush in there. So I really have to tap it off because I will get fallout with it. Now, not all of the shades kick up that much product when you put a brush in there. Some of them do. So since I only have this one palette and I do love the colors, I'm not crazy about the amount of kick up of product as some of them, but I don't feel like I can make a judgment on all of her eyeshadows because I only have this one, and I'm really tempted when Beautylish gets the line to buy one. She sells, I think there's 2 of them, 2 great big eyeshadow palettes. I'm very tempted to get them because I do like the way that these perform on the eyes. It's just that some of them are a little bit messy and there's a lot of shimmer in a lot of the quints. So if I were to pick up one of the bigger palettes, I think I would get a lot more variety in terms of finish of the shadows, which would give me a better feel for them. But that's kind of how I feel about this particular palette because this is the only one that I have. So let me swatch these. The colors in here though are very, very gorgeous, like the taupes and stuff. These last 2. So you can see they're really pretty shades. I did purchase one of her lipsticks. I believe it was the shade Ballerina Pink, but I no longer have it. I just could not with the smell. It was really strong of like a, again, kind of an essential oil type of smell, but then again, kind of a chemical makeup type of smell. I just could not deal with the smell. The color and the finish of the lipstick was really pretty, but I couldn't deal with the smell of that lipstick, so I don't have it here to show you guys. I think I'd be a little bit more hyped about the brand, or at least certain products in the brand, if there was no fragrance in them, that fragrancy smell just, it was not something that I liked, and it just kind of turned me off, even though some of the products are quite pretty. The blushes are a little dry feeling and a little bit powdery, but they go on and blend quite nicely. Again, the shadows, depending on which one, can be quite messy, but the shades themselves and the blendability and the way that they go on the eyes is really gorgeous. If you're interested in the demo and seeing these products perform and the look that's on my face, you can hang tight and we'll get into it right now. On a Goss number 2 brush, I'm going to dip into the highlighter and put this on the tops of my cheeks, there, the brow. Then using the Sephora Pro Full Coverage Airbrush 53 Extra Large brush, I'm going to dip into the, this is called Contour Sculpting Powder, and I have the shade 02 Medium. And light-handedly, because this can get muddy, I'm going to start going in the backs of the cheeks and just warming up my face with this. Then using a Goss number 14 brush, I'm going to dip into the matte shade in the blush right here. And there's a horse whinnying outside. I'm going to put this on my cheeks. And I can smell that. Then I'm going to go ahead and finish off my face with the Guerlain Meteorites in the shade Claire on a Chikuhodo MK1. And just buff this all over. I went ahead and primed my lids from the lash line to up underneath the brow with the NYX eyeshadow bases in the shade 1 mixed with number 3. Then using a Goss number 18 brush, I'm going to dip into the shade Lavender Gray. And I'm going to put this on the lid, definitely tap my brush off. And then put it on the lid. Using the same brush, I'm going to dip into light coral on the side of that. And I'm going to put this right up here. Then using a Chikuhodo GSN9, I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called Maroon. And I'm going to put this in the outer corner and up through the crease. Gonna brush off this fallout here. Using a Hakuhodo J5523, I'm gonna go into the center shade, which is called Shell. It's like a taupey matte color. And I'm gonna start blending out that maroon with that. So I'm going to go into the shade Light Coral again, which is right there. It's like the lightest shade in the bunch on a Goss number 3 brush. And I'm going to put that underneath the brow. It's a bit much, but I mean, it's pretty frosty for that area, but we're just going to roll with it. It's still really pretty. And then I'm going to go back in with the Hakuhodo 5523 and that shell color and blend this a little more. So there's the eyeshadow done. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my eye makeup and I'll be right back to put on some lips for you guys. For lips, I've got NARS's Velvet Lip Liner in the shade El Agua. I'm going to line these. And then to fill them in, I've got the Clinique Pop Lip Color and Primer in the shade 12 Fab Pop. I was going to use the color Grape Pop number 16, but it's going to require a little bit more maintenance throughout the day, and I'm just not feeling like maintaining it. So I'm going to use Fab Pop number 12. How about let's put a little tiny bit of Grape Pop through here. Yeah, so there's the overall finished look using the products I've purchased from the Natasha Denona makeup range. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!